What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today let's talk about pre-sales. Now, this is something that a lot of people have been hitting me up about. They want to know, is it a good idea to do a pre-sale when you're launching a new design? You're barely starting to launch your brand. Should you do a pre-sale? You don't want to risk inventory that you can't move. You take the risk out by doing a pre-sale, so that way you only make so many t-shirts for the ones that's already been sold. Now first, let me start off by saying I personally don't do pre-sales. Do I think they work? Yeah. Do I think it minimizes the risk? Yeah. So I understand the concept of it. But the reason why I don't do it, and this is solely based off of experience and the issue I had when I tried to do a pre-sale. So let's say you got a new t-shirt design. You're like, all right, I'm gonna start promoting it, teasing it, and letting people know it's available for pre-sale. You have X amount of weeks to get your order in so we can get them printed up and shipped off to you. Now, let's say the design is a flop. Let's say you only sell 6. If you were getting your stuff screen printed, you would still have to meet the minimum for the screen printer, which is probably 2 dozen. Some people might do a dozen, if that, but it comes with a higher premium. Or let's say you were gonna order some transfers. You have to meet the minimum for the transfers. Let's say that it's a dozen Plastisol transfers, and that also comes with a premium because the lower quantity, the more per piece it's gonna be. You end up losing out. So the pre-sale was a flop. You only sold 6 t-shirts. You have to deliver on those 6 t-shirts, and you have to do whatever it takes to get those out, right? If you're doing vinyl, not a problem. Buy a roll of vinyl, knock out those 6 shirts, you're good to go. That's if you're offering vinyl for all your t-shirts, right? And then a month or 2 later, you do another pre-sale. Try out another design, 5 or 6 sale, and these 5 or 6 are coming from your friends and family that want to support you. Very hard to operate that way. And I'm not saying every pre-sale is a flop, but when I tried the pre-sale, it was a flop. But here's a few reasons why it was a flop. The number one thing being the design sucked. The design I thought was cool, but to the masses and the people I was trying to sell to, the design sucked. In my head, caught up in my own feelings, I thought the design was a winner. Put it up for pre-sale, nobody liked it. The few people that did order were just trying to support me, and that was it. So how can I correct that? By testing out the designs first before I put them up for sale. This is where your vinyl cutter comes in handy. Now, before I put anything up for sale, I'll make one t-shirt, cut it out with vinyl, and I'll wear it around. And I'll see what people think about the t-shirt that I'm wearing. If they look at it, if they ask about it, or if it catches their attention. Mentally, this is the data that I take home and say, all right, this design's a winner. This one grabbed a lot of attention. This design sucked. Nobody cared about it. Take this design right here, for example. This is cut out with Econo Puff. So it's the puff style vinyl. You've seen it all over my Instagram. I've made videos about this. I'll make one of these shirts first, and then I'll wear it around. See what people say. See if people comment on it. See if people ask what it means. See if people ask where I got it from. See if people are reading my shirt. You can visually see people reading your shirt when you're walking by. I do it all the time. If I see somebody wearing a shirt with text on it, I'll walk by and read the shirt. Obviously, this one just says dislike. They don't know I run a YouTube channel. They don't know I made this t-shirt for the YouTube channel, because there's a lot of people that dislike my videos, so that's why I made a shirt that says disliked. Strictly for the people that don't give a fuck about anybody else's opinion. Right? So if somebody comes up to me and says, hey, what does your shirt mean? I give them that same exact speech. In a world where everybody wants to be liked, I'm okay with being disliked. Then they're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's pretty cool, or whatever it is, right? Then when I get all this information, right? Say I wore it to the mall. Say I wore it to a Dodger game. Say I wore it to a car show. Say I wore it to the county fair. Anywhere where there's a lot of foot traffic where somebody's gonna see it. Easy call. Every weekend there's something going on. You can make a design, wear it out, walk around. It only takes maybe an hour or 2 to walk around the whole area or wherever you're at for people to actually visually see it. You take these mental notes, collect all this data, and by the time you get home, you'll be like, you know what? A lot of people asked about this shirt. Nobody asked about this shirt. A lot of people were reading it. A lot of people laughed about it. Some people asked where I got it from. Or nobody gave a fuck about the shirt. This is all the information you bring back. So now you have a better idea on what's going to catch attention when you release it to your audience. You have a way better idea on if the design is a hit or a miss. See what I'm saying? And all it takes is your vinyl cutter. You cut out one design, weed it out, press it on your t-shirt, and wear it around. That's how I minimize the risk. The pre-sale thing is cool. If you wanted to go that route, by all means, go for it. But the way that I operate is this way. Cut out one t-shirt with vinyl, wear it around, see what people say. People like it, cool. Nobody likes it, cool. This way I have a better idea on what to release and what not to release. Maybe this design sucked and maybe I just needed to tweak it a little bit. Maybe instead of stretching out the K, maybe I should suck it back in, spread the letters out a little bit more so it's more legible. Maybe pick a different font, maybe different placement, maybe the design's too small, whatever it is. The feedback I got from wearing this shirt, one was the puff vinyl. People tripped out on it and was like, dang, is that puffy? That's pretty crazy. Two, they ask about, what does that mean? When I explain it to them, they think it's pretty funny. Then they finally agree with me. Like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Everybody on Instagram, everybody on Facebook wants to be liked. What's wrong with being the bad guy? Embracing being disliked. That's what I do. So this shirt right here is mainly for the people that don't give a shit about anybody else's opinion. See what I'm saying? Cool. Get all this information. All right, now I know this design works. I could sell it, I could offer it, put it up on my store because I know it's gonna grab attention. I know people are gonna ask about it. I know people were into it because I got real world interactions with people while I was wearing this shirt. That's all it is. This is how I minimize the risk. Because if I didn't do this and I just put this design out without testing it out, it could be a flop and I could waste a lot of money on it. But I personally like to minimize my losses in this business. Any chance I get to save money so I could make money, I'm all about it. So to answer the question from everybody, do I do any pre-sales? No. Should you do a pre-sale? Sure. If it works for you, or if you feel that that's going to be a good way for you to minimize the risk, go for it. But I would strongly advise you to test out your designs before you launch anything. If you already have a vinyl cutter, why not use it for that? That's what I use my vinyl cutter for. I mean, I make custom shirts and other stuff too, but mainly I use it just to test out designs before I put anything out. I just want to make sure it looks cool, placement looks good, and it's going to grab some sort of attention. So that way, when I release it, I'll know that some people are interested in the design. I hope this information helps somebody out there. If you already currently do this same exact thing by using your vinyl cutter to test out designs to minimize your risk, let me know in the comments. If you do pre-sales and they're successful, let me know in the comments. I love hearing about that kind of stuff. Follow me on Instagram, BigBrandoTV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.